was one of the few theorists who actually taught children. She was initially interested in mental retardation. She noticed that there was a hunger for experience among institutionalized children. She came to the realization that these children can be taught with the right methods. She noticed that we cannot simply make the children learn what we think they ought to know, but we must observe their natural tendencies and interests in order to engage the students and promote learning. Maria Montessori funded many of the aspects of her theory. She believed that there are sensitive periods, which are genetically programmed blocks of time, during which the child is especially eager and able to master certain tasks such as order, details, the use of hands, a sensitive period for walking, and a sensitive period for language. If the child is preventing from doing these experiences during this time, their peak interest will disappear, causing a significant impact on their development. Maria Montessori also promoted independence and free choice in the classroom. She noticed that when given free choice, the children were more engaged because they were interested in the activity in which they were participating. Maria Montessori gave a variety of preset materials, but still relies heavily on the principle of free choice. The teacher will sometimes introduce a new task to a student who seems ready for it. In order to do this while still promoting free choice, a teacher presents the material clearly and simply and then steps back to observe the child's behavior. In Montessori schools, children are intrinsically motivated because they enjoy what they are doing. This increases the child's desire to learn so that there is no need for external rewards and punishments. Maria Montessori also believed that nature is a very important aspect in education. She believed that it is terrible that modern life separates children from nature so thoroughly that their powers of observation and feelings of love for the world just wither away. She noticed that in natural settings, children spontaneously become quiet and watchful, developing strong powers of patient observation and responsibility. Maria Montessori believed that as children help things live and grow, they develop the sense that they are a part of a living creation, a part of something much larger than themselves, and they grow spiritually. In order to implement Montessori education in the classroom, children can be given materials and provided a free choice of activities in which they want to participate. However, not all schools provide ample time for play and free choice. Therefore, teachers might have to get more creative in order to give the child a sense of free choice and to provide fun and engaging activities for the students. A teacher can get to know the interests of the students and incorporate them into the lessons that meet the state standards. Many students are interested in games, so a teacher might provide the materials for various games in which to teach a specific concepts. Teachers can also incorporate nature into their lessons. They can use a variety of resources from the environment to enhance the concepts being taught. An example of Montessori education in an early childhood classroom can be demonstrated by providing materials for different math games and giving the students a choice of which one they want to do. Today for math, we have a series of games in which you can choose from. The first game is a make 10 dice roll. So you will need one die and you will roll the die, and whichever number you roll, you will write over here in this first column on the left. So for example, if I roll a 4, then I would write a 4 here. Then in the second column over here, you will have to put the number that you need to get to 10. So if I roll a 6, if I roll a 4, then I will need 6 more to get to 10. So I will write the 6 over here, and vice versa. If I were to roll a 6, then I would write a 4 over here because I will need 4 more to get to 10. So that is your first option. The next game that you could do is a making 10 word search. So in here, you're trying to find two numbers that are next to each other that make 10. They can be next to each other like side by side, up and down, or diagonally. As long as the two numbers make 10 and are beside each other, then you can circle them. So for example, they found two 5s next to each other, and 5 plus 5 equals 10. So they were able to circle these numbers in the word search, or in the number search. And you can do the same thing and try and find as many pairs as you can throughout the number search. The third game that we have today is a different variation of Go Fish. So what you're going to do is you're going to play Go Fish, but instead of trying to match your cards to be two of the same number, and that being the pair that you lay down, you're going to try and match two numbers that add up to 10, and that'll be a pair that you can lay down. So for example, if I have a 7 in my hands, I might ask, do you have any 3s? And if they say, no, I don't have any 3s, then I'll have to draw a card from the pond, which is the stack of cards in the middle, and pick one up. If they do have a 3, however, then they have to give it to me, and I can lay down my 7 and 3 as a pair, because that makes 10. And you're going to try and get the most pairs as you can, just like Go Fish. The last game that we have today is a map combinations of 10 game. So basically you're going to roll the die and you're traveling around the world to different continents, trying to end up traveling through all the continents. So, but as you can see, you roll the die, and when you get to a continent, it says stop and roll. So when you land there, no matter what number you're on, you're going to have to stop and roll the dice, similar to the Make 10 game. You will then turn to this sheet over here and find the corresponding continent. So first I stop at South America. So I will find South America on here, and on the first line, I will write the number that I roll, like this chart, and then on the second line, I will write the number that I need to get to 10. So if I roll a 4, then I would write 4 on the first line, and then write the number that I need to make 10 over here, so I'll write a 6 over here. And you will do that for every continent as you travel around the board, trying to be the first one to reach the finish. So as you can see, Montessori education can still be used in early childhood classrooms today, and is a great way to give children a sense of control over their own education.